Thanks for coming in. We did it! Survivor Series is a glowing success. Everyone did a fantastic job all around, and probably one of our best shows of the year, don't you think so?
Yeah, so I think it actually had some really good moments.
Good moments? You sound like my wife on Tuesday when she said I had some good moments.
That's stuff I really didn't need to hear.
Sorry, I exaggerated. She said it was perfectly okay for what it was. The old boss used to walk around the office calling himself the genetic jackhammer. It was hilarious. Everyone loved it. I started to also try to think of different nicknames for myself to throw out there, like the and we also had the and the jackhammer. Everyone loved it, HR especially. They came in and they said they wanted the whole list for themselves.
So since I'm here, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to review Survivor Series. Talk about some of the decisions we made, also look at some of the feedback we got.
Perfect! I can't imagine the internet has anything negative to say about this one.
Sometimes I worry about how much he really understands. Specifically? Just all of it. So I wanted to first ask you about the decision to remove the shark cages from War Games.
A brilliant decision if I ever had one.
Yeah, so it got mixed reviews.
So you're saying people liked it and others really, really liked it, eh?
No, some thought that it actually would add to the drama of the match. Seeing the superstars interact, how they got along, or didn't. They felt like it added to the overall experience and drama of the match itself.
I'm sorry, drama? We had Io Sly with the garbage can that she was bringing into the ring. We had Rhea Riptide also with the spooky mask. You want to talk about drama?
I'm just telling you some of the feedback that we got, but why did we remove them in the first place?
Well, I was walking by the boss's office and I heard them talk about how the Brock, he didn't want to be inside of a shark cage all night.
That's the reason?
No room either.
No room, it's a baseball stadium. You could lay it out however you want.
What am I, a building maker? How the should I know how much room there is available for the stage?
So how did you get up to the boss's floor anyways? I thought it was locked.
I told security that I was LA Knight looking for the boss.
And they believed you?
Kinda. I yelled yeah a lot at them and then they just eventually let me into the elevator.
Security just didn't know who you were?
Of course the boss knows me. We have a great relationship and play games all the time. Play games where they pretend they don't know my name, or I'm sometimes running down the hallway yelling at them and they act like they don't hear or see me. Same with security. Love those fellas. Play a game where they pretend to throw me out of the building saying that I don't work here, or I'll go and try to grab their weapon and then they tell me not to do that and they throw me outside. This is the type of relationship we have.
The first match was the Women's War Games match.
Did you see all the WrestleMania moments we had in that encounter?
Nope, because it was Survivor Series on the weekend.
No, Survivor's on Mondays. Did you see last season though? Those two people got together and they in the hammock? I wasn't expecting that.
Anyways, people thought that this match was, fine to good.
Well, those people don't know what they're talking about. The show was tremendous. Did you see the women? Each of them got a weapon to bring to the ring. It was outstanding.
Yeah, well, that was fine. It was fun moment, spots in there with Kyrie using the chain.
I don't know who that is, but we did have a pirate lady with the chain at one point. She wrapped a couple of the ladies up like a cartoon, and the garbage can lady, she also got her big moment.
Just so you know, we did have some complaints about the EO spot with the garbage can. People feeling like it kind of took too long for, everybody just kind of standing around waiting and getting up and waiting for the spot to happen.
You're wrong. People loved it. We gave her a garbage can with her name on it. That way, everybody knew it was going to be happening in the match. It's called foreshadowing, you idiot.
Sometimes the name calling is a little unnecessary. I mean, I think he saw an old episode of Raw with the Godfather, because last week in our meetings, he was just walking around and telling everybody that pimpin' ain't easy. And he turned to me and he kept calling me a
I don't know what the big deal is. I already apologized for that. I thought he was a train conductor. He kept telling everybody to come aboard.
So one of the best matches of the night we had was going to be John Cena versus Dom Mysterio for the IC title.
Oh, I love ICs. We should get one of those in the break room.
Cena's final PLE. Was kind of sad about it.
I was blubbering all night long. John overcame over 100 STDs. What a record. I couldn't imagine going through that. What a legend.
PLEs. And I thought the spot where we had Dom with the injured arm, I thought that totally worked.
I was so scared. He landed the poor fellow on his neck and arm region. I totally thought that he would have to end the match, but he was such a trooper, he kept going.
No, that was a spot in the match we did.
Right. That means...
We planned it. It was done on purpose.
You injured Eddie Guerrero's body on purpose? How dare you?
No, it was like a planned moment, like pretend, like he was pretending that he got hurt.
Ah, just like when Cindy pretends to get my coffee order wrong at the office.
Sure. So I think it worked overall because it got everybody invested and the crowd was going nuts and it helped get us to the end of the match.
A tremendous contest between two gladiators, and I totally forgot that we had planned for Don's lady friend to return.
Liv Morgan.
Exactly. The music hits, watch her, and then Miv Lorgan, she comes running down to the ring for her epic return.
It was great. And it's awesome to have Liv back. We can build some really fun and compelling stories going around into Mania season.
I agree. It was super exciting. All day long, people are coming and asking me, what are the plans for Mania season? What is happening for Mania season? So I looked it up myself, and it says Mania season refers to the tendency for manic episodes in individuals with bipolar disorder to increase during certain times of the year, most commonly in the spring and summer. So I probably won't be inviting many people then.
So the match ends with Liv, faking, turning on Dom, and then she turns on John Cena, low blows him. Dom Mysterio ends up getting the victory, wins back the IC title. I think it was just a great match and great moment.
New international IC champion. I loved it. And the boss was super thrilled about it too.
Well, that's all really good to hear because the next match did not review very well.
How dare you? That was my favorite match of the night.
It was? Really?
For one, Stephanie Vac Huang, she won the match. And two, there was just an abundance of devil's butt kissing happening. So clearly all the people loved it. It was great.
It's called the Devil's Kiss.
Whatever. Stephanie beat Brie Bella to retain the title.
No, it was Nikki.
Who?
Nikki Bella. You're thinking of her twin sister, Brie Bella.
Oh, that explains why I kept yelling Brie mode into the boss's face, and he kept telling me to stop it and stop right now. I guess he's just not a fan of cheese or something.
So after that, it was the men's War Games match, the main event.
Really? We only had 4 matches on the card?
We talked about this the other day. I suggested that we needed more than 4 matches on the card, and you said no, it was fine, it's fine, leave me alone, it's fine. Do you remember that?
That doesn't sound like something I'd say. Look, I'm a very, very busy man. I can't be bothered to remember every minute detail of things like, how many matches we have on a card, or people's names. For instance, the large fellow with the sword and he talks kind of like a pirate. Was it? Exactly. Drew McIntyre. See? Learned something new today.
So again, one of the critiques that we got with the main event was the shark cages, not having them and doing the countdowns for everybody. People were really feeling that would have added a lot to the match.
You need to move on from this whole Sharknado business cage thing that you've got going on that you're so uptight about. Because everybody was loving it. They woed, they wooed, they yeeted themselves. It's all the things that we were hoping they would do, and then some. The crowd absolutely loved it there. You need to simply just move on with your day. And the other important thing was how many of the celebrities that showed up for our event. Like, did you see? We had Topanga, she was there. I thought her and Corey broke up.
That's a TV show.
Thank God. I was worried that it didn't work out for them.
The men's match wasn't bad. It's just that for the reviews out there, it was kind of mid or meh or average.
But I'm as part of the show. Did you get some of the names that I had requested to be in that match?
So I received a list of names wanted in the War Games match. And what I got was this. Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan, Junkyard Dogman, that one guy who's the brother of the other guy, he wears a mask and I think shoots fire. I think he means Kane. Mordecai, Sable, James Storm, Tony Khan, Nick Khan, Wrath of Khan, and it goes goes on like this. A lot of our fans felt that, there wasn't enough tension in the match itself for the men, that we didn't pay off some of the stuff we were building towards, like the dynamics between Roman and Cody, which we did a little bit at the end, but, things like Roman and Punk, or even Jey and Roman, it seemed to come off a little flat.
You're on the internet way too much. Did you see the live crowd? We had Brock. He steps out of the cage. He confronts Ramon. And then they start fighting on the outside. It was tremendous.
Oh yeah, why did he go out of the cage? Did we change the rules there? Like, I thought he was get eliminated if he did that.
Well, we thought of that, and then we just went ahead and we just changed the rules slightly, so then Brock, who's terrifying, could just go outside as he pleases and do whatever he wanted.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Brock wanted it, so I wasn't about to tell him no, would you?
Okay, but before Brock came out, we had this Jey Uso moment on the top of the cage.
You like that, eh? Moment of the night for me.
So the live crowd loved it. They were cheering with him and yeeting along. It was awesome sight live.
See? And you were all worried that we couldn't pull it off. Everyone in the live audience loved it. Jey climbs to the top, he starts shimmying and jiggling the handles and just going nuts on top of the cage. The crowd yeets themselves, and then I was sitting there too yeeting, and I was exhausted when I finished yeeting myself.
Well, we did see some pushback on this.
Oh, come on, why?
Well, a lot of fans kind of felt it was odd that we just paused the War Games match so Jey could climb up and do his entrance and yeeting and chanting, in the middle of the War Games.
We wanted to take a break. What else were we supposed to do? And the crowd participation is the best thing we have going. Whoever complained to you clearly knows nothing, and they should just be fired.
No, it's just fan feedback, like social media, critics. They're just feeling like it didn't add to the match when that happened.
You want to know if I'm online? Of course I'm online. You've got mail. I check my AOL, then I'll go over to my Hotmail and see if the Crown Prince has sent me an updated message. From there, just 2 to 3 hours on the eBay, I look at the latest postings, and by the end of the day, I'll go in and I'll send some funny dog stories to people in the office. The match was tremendous with the men, and you're clearly wrong because we had just an amazing moment to finish the show.
The Masked Attacker on Punk.
An original idea. We dressed the man all in black, and then we had him go into the cage and do his attack thingy. Never been done before in wrestling.
It's a really cool story piece that I think would be fun to see what we can explore and what we can do as we're kind of leading to WrestleMania.
I think we'll just reveal it quickly on Raw or something.
Sounds kind of underwhelming.
Well, the boss thinks that we have just 2 options here. One, that we go and we drag this thing out for 6 to 13 months or so, and then it just gets to a point where everyone is basically bored of it, and then we do the reveal. Or 2, we just rip the Band-Aid off and do it right away, so there's no suspense.
Can't find a happy medium with, some compelling writing?
Of course we have a plan. We have a great plan. Do we know the full details of this plan yet? Probably not all of it, but when the time comes, we will be the first ones to reveal what those plans are. Unless you've heard something about what might be happening, at which point you could come and talk to me, and then we'll just see if our plans line up.